Hey everybody, I'm going to give it a couple minutes to get people on here. Try to get a little bit of background music too. Yeah, that'll do it right there. So how are you all doing today on Memorial Day? I hope you went out and honored those that have fought for you, whether it be military or friends. Just honor them. Be thankful. Okay. Okay, so tonight I want to talk about the moon. So this theme for this week is time. So we're going to get into a little bit deeper of things this week, being starting out with the moon, and we're going to end up with astrological signs. And Wednesday we're going to take a break. We have a special guest that's going to join, and we're going to just talk about a current topic. So if you have a topic that you want us to discuss on, then we'll bring it up, and or think about it, be prepared, and join us and put the question out there. So I know it is roughly, okay, so it's after 8 o'clock, and it is roughly almost 90 degrees outside. So if you're outside, good for you. I can't handle the heat. I might have to push these back till later in the evening. Maybe push them back another hour. That way, hello, we're natural people. We're going to be out there and enjoying what Mother Earth has for us. Okay. I want to do this, but I guess I'm going to have to. Alright. Just bear with me 1 minute. Nobody's watching, so it doesn't matter right now. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm just literally going to go on here and share this. Okay, well, hello, Heather. Hello, Peace. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining me. Happy Memorial Day. I don't ever understand why they say Happy Memorial Day. It is a day of mourning and respect. So, I mean, blessed Memorial Day. Thankful Memorial Day, if you will. I'm complicated, I guess. That's just my thought. I have to bring something up, so just bear with me. But anyway, tonight is moon night, so we're gonna talk about the moon and moon magic. And then this week, all this week actually, is going to be time related. So we're going to start with the moon, work all the way up to astrological signs, and then Wednesday we have special guests. So if you have a question and you want to present it, then by all means, I am really excited for anybody to step up and share. Sorry, I was pulling up a lesson that I had written on ritual water because it eventually kind of pulls into this. Everything is connected. We know this. Okay. I'm just going to jump. So, we are right now starting to go. I think this is day 3, I think, of the new moon, which we'll be coming out of it and going into the waxing stage. So, as appropriate, I'll start with the new moon. The new moon is the dark moon. It's the new beginnings moon. It's starting of friendships, relationships, setting goals. It is the time of rest. So, the darker aspect of ourselves. Each moon phase, each of the 4 moon phases is an association with the goddess. So let's just go. The waxing moon is known as the growing moon, which is what we're going into now. We see what those goals are that we wanted. Now is going to time for us to grow and reach toward them. Success, abundance, healing, love, and we all want that, a little bit of money magic for us. So that's what we can start with in the next few days. The full moon is coming up. I think it's around the weekend of the 5th. And if I'm right, then that's whenever we're doing our next Zoom chat. So maybe we can do something for the full moon in the Zoom chat. I think that would be really cool, that everybody gets to participate. Or whoever wants to participate, they can. I'm going to put that up in the event. The full moon is for love, healing, protections, dreams, intuition. You know, any good spell that you're going to put out there is going to take time, and you got to give it at least a good full moon cycle. During the full moon, it's also the best time to connect with the gods, the goddess, your ancestors, your spirit connections, whatever you have. That's whenever you're going to reach your highest potential. Okay, so then the waning moon is whenever all that energy is out there and it's time for you to just start slowing down, coming back down that hill. It's removing of bad habits, addictions, toxic relationships, releasing, and cleansing rituals are the best ones to have. The female body is so in tune with the moon. That's typically how the menstrual cycle goes. Whenever, during the time when we're waxing and we're waning, when we're emptying and we're at our fullest. Full moon is whenever we are most fruitful and vibrant. Waxing is, just getting rubbed up and ready to go. Waning is releasing, and then in the new moon is our time to rest and recuperate. In that new moon time, that is whenever we have that kind of some consider maybe the darker goddesses stepping up, like Hecate is the dark goddess there. She is represented by this stone. It's a black moonstone. know if you can see very well in there. But this is one of the moonstones. So a regular moonstone would be, of course, a full moon. And this is new moon. Yes, Hecate. So if black moonstone is a representation of the new moon, then we have the selenite as a representation of the full moon. All of these are moon representations of moons. Hey, Sarah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we talked about the different phases of the moon during different phases of a woman. So in the waxing, you know, coming up from that time of rest, that's the springtime, the bursting forth. That is the maiden. That is the waxing time. The full time is the mother. With the wisdom. The waning moon is the crone, and that's whenever you're wisest, you're starting to come down, and then there is always that death, rebirth in the new moon. You have to take the time to rest during the new moon and reconnect yourself and rid things, because you got to set your goals for the future. Herbs for the moons. Moonflower, jasmine, which we put in our incense. Moonwort, grape if you're just wanting a drink, and you do grape, and lemon, passion flower, turnips, willows, poppy, and Rowan is the shrub that is associated with the moon. So we have that with us too. Okay, animals, and of course most of them are nocturnal. Owls, rabbits, wolves, deer, cats, moths, bats, raccoons. Oh yeah. I'm all over the place today. Crows, frogs, dogs, and, you know, like crabs and things like that. Those are all like moon animals. Deities, of course. We talked about Hecate. Selene, of course. She's, you know, my favorite for obvious reasons. Lydia's my little Selene. Sophia, Thoth, Artemis, Diana. Obviously, they are the, not new moon, but, waxing moon goddesses, because they are coming forth. They're bringing forth the spring. They're the maidens. So if you look at them, you can associate which one of these deities actually goes with which moon phase. Caradwin, she is obviously crone, and then Iana. Stones, I was talking about stones. So, I showed you the moonstone and the selenite. Obsidian, I got silver right here on my Tiger's Eye bracelet. That was Mammal's. Aquamarine, which I don't have it. Coral, I have a piece of coral quartz, and that totally qualifies because quartz is one. And right, yes, those would be two. And then labradorite is considered a moon associated stone. So, I love showing this off. I do. I just think it's beautiful. I love any stone that makes beautiful flashes like that. I do. So, Hello, Lady W. Hello, Miss Heidi. Yeah, aquamarine coral pearls. Okay, so let me ask y'all a question. What came first? The moon or the earth? That's a science question, right? Well, ironically, there's two different stories. A story is, one is, and I have my Stars and Planets books. Because, gotta have information from somewhere. Thought to have formed about 4.5 billion years ago when the body the size of Mars struck the Earth, which is, itself was still less than 100 million years old. Debris from the collision was thrown into orbit and formed into the moon. I actually heard that the moon, I mean, like I said, just read that, the moon is a chip off the old Earth. But have any of you ever heard me call it Grandmother Moon? It's because I read somewhere along the line, and this is where information gets crossed, and you're like, I have to go with this one. It's a scientific. It's a Smithsonian handbook. I mean, we're going to call the Smithsonian liars. Really? Well, okay. But anyway, somewhere along the line, misinformation, I got it in my head that the moon, and I've told people this, that the moon is older than the Earth. That a chip from the Earth, that a chip from the moon became Earth and then started growing. And it just grew over the years. Don't know where that came from. Yes, yeah, you're right, Sarah. That's what this says. So, but I had to have a little story time, and I had to tell you. I had to tell you what I was told. I'm telling you, I read it somewhere. But yeah. They have some craters. It has some craters that are overlapping. Okay. Straight. Oh, sunlight bent with the Earth's shadow by its own atmosphere often presents the eclipse moon disappearing completely and makes it appear again. It's usually better that I read stuff because I get it so mixed up and tongue-tied whenever I'm trying to explain things. Yes, that's what. Kinda. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yes. Unlike some planets that have, I don't know, I'm gonna go, some of them have like 60. Which one of them has 60 some moons? That's a whole nother bit of something that I'm not ready to get into. But I love this book. It's literally, I'm a field guide-aholic. I love field guides. But, I lost the moon. And this one talks about Saturn. Yeah, I'm on Saturn now. I lost the moon. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I apologize. But I will be using this book again this week. Just be prepared. We're going to get a little, use our brains a little bit. So I opened up a lesson that I wrote. It says July 22nd, 2018. But I believe I did it earlier. I think that's just whenever I, the moon actually came from a asteroid hitting the Earth, and that was only 100 billion years old. Still very young, and 100 million years old. It was still very young, and knocked it off, knocked the piece off. So there is only about 100 million years age difference between the Earth and the moon. So whenever I call it the moon, grandmother moon, it's not correct. I should actually be saying grandmother Earth and mother moon. Does that make any sense? Because that's what I'm actually going to do. I'm going to flip that switch. And that's what it is in there now. Okay, so what I had wrote about collecting, about water. No. I have to flip back now. Now you got me all mixed up again. Shoot. Yes. The moon is thought to have formed about 4.5 billion years ago when a body the size of Mars struck the Earth, which was still less than 100 million years old. Debris from the collision was thrown into orbit and formed the moon. Okay, see, so yes, you know, I was saying it wrong this whole time. I'm pointing out that I was wrong. Everybody makes mistakes and everybody learns from their mistakes. Okay, so moon water and why it is very, very important in your magical work. This is why tonight we were doing moon and magical moon. Containers should be clear or white cups and bowls and jars. I've had people get me plastic water bottles of sand and water from the oceans. Of course, the water doesn't stay, but the molecules are still in there with the sand, and I leave that sealed up. Never use crystal or metal, mainly because some crystals will just disintegrate. Natural material will work with stones, like wooden ones. If you're going, what it's saying is if you're going to work with gemstones and water, use natural. You can use wood. To filter it, use a coffee filter to filter your rainwater. Did you know that different glass containers are representations for different magical purposes? Okay, so we have, let's put it this way. In the springtime, light green bottles. So spring rain is the earth coming back to life for new moon, new relationships, new business, empowerment spells. And Ostara water, if you got any one Ostara, that's used for that. Summertime, which we're coming up time for it. Sky blue bottles. So summertime rain is used to promote growth. Again, good for relationships and overcoming bad habits. Litha water. Litha's coming up, so if you can get any of that, get some. It's good for your for use in your hagstones, and put in there in divination. Well, not divination, but supposed to increase your view of the fae. And then in the fall, the orange or fall colored bottles are good for that. Of course, that's a time whenever you're giving thanks and you appreciate all that you receive. Maven water is great used for blessings. And wintertime, gold, silver, blue, typical Yule colors, right? Winter rain is used for blessings and special events, weddings, births, the beginning of a new business, or combat that depression and survive a very hard time of the year. Okay, types of rain. Where did I skip it? No. Yule or the for Yule or the first snow or rain, you store in silver or iridescent bottles. Because in the sunlight with the iridescent, it's going to make it look like rainbow water. To me, that's so cool. Whenever I think of that, I think of the new live action Cinderella movie. That's her was made out of glass, and they were all iridescent and rainbow looking. Okay, so dark moon water. Like I said, we just had the rain, and if you're still having thunderstorms, go out there and grab that water now. It's used for banishings. New moon. Now see, that's the dark moon. Okay, so you can't grab that because we've already had the dark moon. The new moon is for new beginnings or breathing something. Not breathing. Bringing something in. Sorry about that. And full moon is to honor the goddess. Cleanse your altar tools. Things like that. You can collect rainwater at any time. Anytime. For astrological signs, things like that. Just make sure it's labeled. Waning moon is used for banishings and removing things. Used in spells and divination. You can take any of your cleaning products, put a little bit of moon water in it, walk around as you're spraying and cleaning, you're blessing as well. Your Febreze, for example, you're going to spray it on your furniture anyway, add a little bit of moon water in it, you're blessing and cleansing your furniture at the same time. So, on to the next part of this lesson. Like I said, I have this available. It's on Rowan Temple of Light Community with my other lessons that I've written. This one is on Ritual Waters. Lightning storms. Store in a white bottle because it's very powerful. Rain, sun. Raining will, while the sun is out, brings you balance and stored in a dark green container. Because what happens whenever it's raining and the sun comes out? You have a rainbow, so that's that balance right there. You don't normally ever think of a rainbow and think balance, but it does. It's your balance. I see rainbows all the time, and it's not like anybody else sees them. I will see them at any point in time during the day. Just one will show itself to me. Okay, so for those of you who live In certain areas, wind, tornado, or hurricane rainwater. Store in a blue bottle. It's for empowering spells and moving things forward. It says these storms really mix things up, so it'll wash away the past and get you on the right path. Somebody send me some water. Rainbow water is used for, so if the rainbow is actually out and you do actually see a rainbow and you just collect some of that water, is used for baby or child blessings. It's a light blessing water. Hell water. Store in black or dark brown bottle. Used to ward against psychic attacks and remove negativity. Plant and tree water. Collecting either the dew or off of the trees. And just, you know how you kind of shake a tree and a limb and some of the water comes off of it. So the morning dew is used in health and beauty, which most of us go out on Beltane and wash our face in that first morning dew. So then we have consecrated water, which is salt water. Blend 1 tablespoon of salt and then 16 ounces of water and pass over the elements. Hey, Miss Donna. Sea water is the purest and most sacred of all holy waters. And I have that. I'm blessed by people that live near the ocean and do that for me. I mean, I just just give me some sand. So I have a collection of jars of sand. Bye, Sarah. Have a great dinner. Love you. Okay, so then well water. Never add salt if you're using it in your garden, but it's used for fertility and abundance. Well water is. Some of us still actually have well water. And that's all I have written in that lesson. It's short, it's informative, but like I said, if you are a member of our Rowan Temple of Light community, I have lessons in there that are that. So, okay. Okay. All right. What else did I want to go over? I don't know about you all, but I really like the whole, thanks for the hearts. Okay. I have the Crohn's Book of Magical Words, and I wanted to, even though we've passed it, let me see if there's any. There are so many little things in here. Okay. Against the moon's last quarter to be said in the dark of the moon. Like I said, we've already passed that. Okay. Actually, this one's kind of cute, and I like it, and I'm just gonna read this, and if you, next time you wash your hands, just kind of think about it, because if you remember it, you're amazing, because I never remembered it. To keep a soap bubble from breaking, just think about this, and hold it in your hand, and intent it, and try to keep it from breaking. Just have a little bit of magical fun. Okay, when you have made the floating sphere, the globe of rainbow streaming air, transparent world, trembling planet, shuddering star, Great is your head, but thin as a thread that wind can tear from a spider's web. Do not despair, let this be said. That which is whole cannot be worn, that which is woven cannot be worn. Shiver and burst on the moon's white horn, but out of the sun be ever born. Then turn away, follow it not with an anxious eye. Your words will hold it, though it may fall in tears like meteors from the sky. Oh, absolutely. Charge it. You know, you're getting this. These are just things that you get with that energy that it's already coming to you. Once it comes to you, then you're going to use your energy to push what you need into it. Okay, so say you've got the one that I want, from like the tornado and the hurricane. I need to shake things up and spit them out. Okay, so do that, but also put your own special flip on it and be like, okay, when this magic is done, the swirling of the air is going to bring positive energy back into it. So then your tornado is going to be spinning like this. So, and then eventually that positive energy is going to swirl that negative energy right the F out. Okay. I wanted to, and I'm gonna leave this off. Let me look it up right quick, because I have it written somewhere, and I want to just read it off. We did we did Drawing Down the Moon, didn't we?
I don't think so.
Okay. Drawing Down the Moon, I just want to read it to you guys. I mean, you can find it yourself.
I never bring that up because it involves the five-fold kiss. I'm not into that.
Well, because it is a particular thing. I just want to read it to everybody. We're not doing it. Yeah. I do not feel comfortable with the five-fold kiss. But everybody's magical path is different. And that's what makes us so great about what we do. So, you can still do it, just create your own version of it. Yeah, I know, it has been a week for rainwater. Okay, so it even says right here, depending on your needs, customs, and individual spiritual tradition, for this version, stand at your altar with your arms crossed over your chest, feet together, face toward the full moon, and say, Goddess of the moon, you have been known by many names in many lands and many times. You are universal and constant. In the dark of night, you shine down upon us and bathe us in your light and love. I ask you, O Divine One, to honor me by joining me and allowing me to feel your presence within my heart. Move your feet apart about shoulder width and raise your arms up to about welcome the goddess into you. The next part is one you can memorize and learn, or you can speak spontaneously from the heart. You may begin to feel a surge of energy, a palpable tingle. Don't worry, that's the goddess making herself known to you. Feel free to change these words as you like. You are speaking to her in her voice, so let her say what she wishes to say. I'm not standing up, but because you can't see me. I am the mother of all life, the one who watches over all. I am the wind in the sky, the spark in the fire, the seedling in the earth, the water in the river. I am the vessel from which all things spring forth. Honor me from within your heart. Remember that acts of love and pleasure are my rituals, that there is a beauty in all things. Honor me on this night of the full moon. I have been with you since the moment you were created, and I shall remain with you always. Let there be beauty and strength, wisdom and honor, humility and courage within you. If you be beauty and strength, wisdom, if you need me, call upon me, and I shall come to you, for I am everywhere, always. Honor me as you seek knowledge. I am the maiden, the mother, and the crone, and I live within you.
A good visualization, too, is like a Wi-Fi signal going from you up to the moon and coming back.
Feel the power of the goddess within you. When you are ready, conclude with, I look down upon the sands of the desert. I crash the tides upon the shore. I shine on the mighty trees of the forest and watch with joys as life continues every cycle. Be true to me, honoring that which I have created, and I shall be true to you in return. With harm to none, so shall it be. I feel it. I hope y'all felt that too. Once the energy surge has subsided, lower your arms and proceed with your ceremony as you normally would at the conclusion of the ritual. That is a PC version of it, and I know this says Wicca for One by Raymond Buckland. It's in there, and Doreen's version of it is a little bit more risque. This one, what I just read was actually written by Patty Wingington. It's on her Learn Religions page. So anyway, if that's something that you're interested in the Drawing Down the Moon ritual, look that up. And I hope it finds you. I hope it finds a place within you, because that energy from the spirit, the God, the goddess, whoever calls to you, I hope it calls to you in its own special way. So I think I'm gonna leave you with that for tonight. And should I tell them who the special guest is for this week? Does anybody want to know? Oh, I'm going to share this while I'm waiting for you guys to tell me if you want to know who our special guest is for this week. I got a new book on my path. Animism. I'm so excited. It is published by Forgotten Books. Now that I have my laptop back, a laptop again, I looked up archive.org, and all of our sacred texts and stuff like that are in there. So you can find some great information in there. I have a plethora of digital books. I know it's not the same. Also have a pagan library here. If anybody is interested in anything, I will totally ship you a book. And whenever you're done, you can return it. I even have like index library cards that I like have for everybody. Okay. Lady W, do you want to say anything about Wednesday? Let's see. So what is tomorrow night? What is tomorrow night? Okay. As soon as this comes up here. Oh, tomorrow we're talking about days of the week. Duh. Thursday we're going to talk about the seasons, and then Friday is going to be astrological signs. So it's going to be fun. I think we're going to have a blast. So this week's theme is time. Special guest on Wednesday is Lady W, Miss Connie Burgess. So really excited that she has agreed to join us for our first chat. And if there's anything that you're interested in talking about, I'm all up for that. And gonna open it up to questions from for whoever wants to join in. We'll do a split screen, so she and I will both be on the screen. You can see us both and comment. So I'm gonna call it a night. I love you guys. I hope you all light your candles, show thanks and respect for those that have always had your back, have fought for you, that love you, whether they knew you or not. Our military that we've lost, that are still here, I think they need to be honored on. I mean, I understand that's not Veterans Day, it's Memorial Day, but still, everybody needs to be honored. Oh, hi, Colin. Bye, Colin. All right, love you guys. See you tomorrow night for Days of the Week.